Welcome to Rotten Potatoes with Forrest,
And Bryce.
and we're here to ruin your favorite movies, TV shows, and video games.
This week, we'll be ruining Apex Legends. With Apex Legends, I know that we play a lot of Battle Royale games, and that's kind of like our dig. It has been at least a little bit lately. We
Oh
started out,
yeah.
playing Fortnite, and we
Mm-hmm.
we bared through it until PUBG came out, and we played tons and tons of PUBG. Man, that game's great. And then what was after that? Was it just PUBG, and then it went straight into Apex?
Yeah, Apex came along, and I've been stuck there ever since. So
Yeah, and Apex has only been out for a little over a month, and man, it's a great game. And I think I like the most part about it is that it's really team based compared to the other battle royale games.
oh yeah, it's huge. It's a big difference.
Um, you definitely each person has their own part with the whole aspect of Apex. It is truly team based that you either survive together or die alone.
Mm-hmm. With the right combination, you can have a winning team easy. But if you pick the wrong people, sometimes you're not gonna flow as well together.
Yep, exactly. And so that's what's kind of nice when you're all three in the same squad. With Apex, it's even awesome that say it's just us two and we have to pick up like a random person. We can ping items, we can request things that we need, we can
Right.
figure all that stuff out, and so it's really nice to be able to build that team up.
Right. Picking up randoms used to be such a hassle. You had to invite them to a party or figure out a way to try and communicate with them through the game, but it's almost impossible. You have to get them to go somewhere, and they end up running off on their own and dying, and it's catastrophe, is what it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And here with Apex, that's literally eliminated almost.
Yep, they worked really hard on this game, I think, and they really put in some thought to how to communicate with each other, even if you weren't with your friends or people you know, you still are able to get things done as a team and cooperate. All right, man. So what's your favorite character?
Now I know we put a lot of hours into this game, and man, Bloodhound, dude, he's
Yeah,
just he's too OP.
he's very
He
OP.
just he wrecks in every wake that he does, especially with the whole being able to follow. Like for example, earlier today, like we were sitting there, we were running, and all of a sudden I saw that scent, and I was like, man,
Hmm.
we gotta change on that. Or that one time, oh my god, that was the funnest Bloodhound I've ever played. Is when we all dropped in the with one team together, and we killed the two guys, and we're like, oh man, we gotta find that last person. And so we
Hmm.
found
Hunt
that
him down.
scent and just nailed him because
Yep.
we could find him and find exactly the way he ran when his two teammates were sitting there fighting for their lives.
Right. He's a crazy character. Being able to track people down and figure out where they're at, and that's really powerful. Especially being able to see him in red across the map. It's just
Oh yeah, and
insane.
his ult, oh my, his ult is just it's crazy because you run faster, you can see everything, you can see through Bangalore's smoke, like
Hmm.
it's nuts. So I mean that's definitely my favorite character. What do you think? What do you think is the best one on there?
I mean, I'm split. I'm really split because I really like Bloodhound, but I also like Wraith, and I like to play Pathfinder. A lot of people don't like to play Pathfinder, but I'm a big fan.
Pathfinder above all, his voice lines just make the whole game.
He's an extreme goon, but I love playing as him. He's just a fun player, and like he's got great movement. It's just really fun.
And right, so like as we talked about the team bases earlier, Bloodhound can find the person, and then Pathfinder can boom zipline himself right into it.
Hmm.
And so that's what's kind of nice. And I think to balance everything out, Lifeline is definitely an aspect that you have to include in that
Oh
team
yeah.
comp. Just because she can heal faster, she can drop the special healing down, and just that she can call in those drop ships, so then we can get the increased armor and stuff like that.
Right. And then there's always the deadly combo of Bloodhound and Bangalore. It's a crazy combo. Smoke him out and ping him real quick. Game over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've done that so many times. Just dropped in the smoke and one with my element.
I can see everything.
But it's crazy that, Apex dropped these 8 legends and they're super fantastic. And season 1 just dropped last week
Hmm.
and we were able to get along and play that one and it was released with Octane, which Octane he can super speed himself up for short periods of time. He can throw down a jump pad. And he has passive regen heal, which is really I think that right there
Yeah,
is the reason why you pick Octane, is that regen.
that's a huge factor. That's to be able to heal on your own without any stim packs or med kits. Like that's just huge. Because like even with his ability, it recharges fast enough to where you don't notice it, and you can get away with it without getting in a fight too quick.
Right, like there's several times where I've gotten in a fight and ran off and I'm like, okay, now I'm getting ready to heal. I was like, oh, I don't need to heal. I've already regened it all.
Right,
Because
it's
by the
all
time I
gone.
ran to safety, it's already there.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that's the cool thing about Octane.
Plus, you can make some sick plays with his jump pad.
Oh my god, yeah, you can jump right behind that enemy, just pow.
Yeah,
It's kind of
pretty
like just
slick.
doing the fun moves with Rafe when you get the portal set up and you can just,
Just bounce people off the map and stuff.
yep, exactly.
Some crazy stuff right there.
Well, I mean, what's your biggest pros that you think with the battle pass or the battle season or the season one?
I'd have to say like I'm just really excited for new content from them. I hear there's gonna be a new gun coming soon, which is gonna be great. So it's a new character after Octane, so two characters this season, which is gonna be great. But I like the game so much that any new content is just fantastic to me. I'm just stoked on playing it more and getting in more hours with it and having fun with my friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that, Respawn is what created Titanfall, and
Mm-hmm.
I personally, and not a whole lot of people think it, but I think Titanfall was a huge success.
Oh
The
yeah,
only reason why it was shadowed was because it came out when other big name titles came out at the same time, and so it kind
right.
of shadowed that by it, shadowed that gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some guns look like they almost transfer from Titanfall to Apex, which if you think about it, Apex is in the same universe because they talk
Right.
about everyone that mentions that. So I'm waiting to see hopefully a Titan in one of the maps or something to that effect. Where I think that'd be really crazy.
Yeah, that would be insane to see a Titan on the map all of a sudden.
I
But
would be dropping some bricks and trying to hide.
yeah, I don't know. That I feel like that would just be so overpowered. It'd be crazy. But I mean,
Yeah,
it was okay in Titanfall. You could jump on him as a pilot and knock him out still, but it was a lot
right,
of work.
exactly. They're super vulnerable. It's gonna be hard,
Right.
especially when you only have one life and you might not have the best weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that they transfer the guns over, stuff over. They don't necessarily have to drop that Titan in there, but I think they really need to combine the two worlds. I think it'd be really great.
Well, it's such an open-ended universe right now. Just these
Right.
two games being within the same realm makes the possibilities endless. You could have a new planet for a new map. Like you could just make so much cool content based on how open it is. You can do anything right now.
Yeah, and I think Respawn did an amazing job with the initial launch. But personally, this is the first Battle Pass I ever purchased, and I decided to go, crazy and purchase the bigger pass, which I advise everyone not to do that because you get two legendary Mozambiques out of it,
If you're
and
really unlucky.
I'm still salty about that situation. I cannot believe I got two legendary Mozambique skins.
But if you don't buy it and you just get one battle pack, you can get the knife like me.
Yeah, I thought that was so crap. I was like, man, I paid extra and I just got crapped on compared to you.
Yeah, I just got the most rare item in the game. It's pretty cool. But that's the first battle pack I'd ever gotten. That I bought, I guess. But it was just, I was so blown away. I was like, what did I get here? Is this fake? What is this?
Right? When you sent me that picture, I was like, no, 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 no. I got a dang Mozambique legendary skin. I was so
You got
mad.
the trashiest stuff in the game, and I got the best one. So it's even.
Which picking apart the battle pass, this is my very first one I've ever taken part in because
Hmm.
I've always thought battle passes are stupid. I think it's in the same realm. Like you get a bunch of cosmetics and borders and all that stuff for characters you don't even play. And then on top of it all, Octane isn't even in the picture of the battle pass. That's what that's what pisses me off.
So you wanted
Is
him to
that you
be able to be bought when you bought the battle pass.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's what I mean that was the reason why I bought the battle pass. There's no other reason to buy that battle pass. And
I don't know.
granted, this is the first game that has a battle pass that actually has special characters in it,
True.
with the battle royale style game. And so, I mean, you didn't really know what you were expecting going in and buying it, but
Hmm.
definitely thought it was a waste because I don't care about cosmetics. Who cares? And so the fact I was like, man, I'm gonna buy this so I can get Octane, and then didn't even get him.
Yeah, I mean, it's I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, you can unlock him with tokens that you get for free for playing the game. So it's
Yeah, and I would have farmed more tokens beforehand.
yeah, then it wouldn't have been as big of an issue to you. But I think the battle pass gives you a reason to play more because if you've maxed your level out, then you want more things to happen. You want to be able to move towards a goal, achieve something new for your characters, change things up.
Also, I just want to put a disclaimer in there, people. Only one of us in this room has maxed out their level.
It might be me. But yeah, that's how much I like this game. Like overall, the movement is way better than any other BR out there. The gun control, the just it's just such a better battle royale than
The
anything out there
audio
right now.
attaching of better items, the slide feature,
Mm-hmm.
it's really, and it's crazy because Fortnite started copying it. Now they have
Yeah,
a ping system, and then they're going to be launching a revive system
it's
too
a
as well. And
sinking
it's like,
ship.
man,
Patch the holes. Patch the holes.
right? They're really feeling the hit from Apex, which I think that's awesome because then you bring competition into the realm, and now people have to come out and to perform.
Right. They gotta adapt or die.
Right. Which the new Battlefield, is it Firestorm?
Firestorm, yeah, came out
Yeah,
today.
yeah, it came out today. We haven't been able to test it yet, but
That's
we'll
what's
sure
going
give
on
you our
after this
thoughts.
podcast.
Right, yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. After we get done recording, we're gonna go play and see. But I'm looking forward to hopefully that it, feels the heat from Apex and it can actually, do
Yeah,
something. Because I've always been a Battlefield nerd.
right. It's always been a great game.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping out of that one we can see something else spawn through.
Hopefully they put some time into it and actually fix the problems and adapt to whatever they need to because that's the problem with the other ones is they don't tend to fix the problems they need to fix and add new content the way they need to. I mean, Fortnite tries, but they go a little overboard
They
and
just destroy the map more and more. Like
it's just it
they
was a
don't
fun game
show
when it
like
came
new
out,
things. Oh,
you know.
absolutely.
But they've kind of ruined it since then, and it's more for eye-catching
Social.
moments and drawing you in than actual gameplay and having fun.
Oh yeah. It's more of a tournament style, like just something to watch and stuff like that. It's not
Right.
really. And I've fallen out of love for it.
Yeah, I'd rather
Um,
not run into a giant shack and have to worry
yeah,
about a castle being built in front of me. So
right. And we have PUBG that still is rendering as you drop, and you can't. You get stuck in walls and all sorts of
talk
things.
about fixing your problems. There's a lot of problems still there.
Right. And then Apex comes out of nowhere, and I don't think I've had a single issue with it. I've never glitched through anything. All my stuff is loaded in
Yeah.
perfectly. Um,
No server
lag.
issues.
I've lagged maybe once or twice during
Mm-hmm.
all the hours
Couple
of
of times.
gameplay I've done. And it's not like with PUBG, oh my god, that was just so unbearable with
It
the
doesn't.
amount of rubber banding.
Well, not to mention it boots you. Like one person would get booted per game almost 90% of
Yeah,
the time. It was crazy.
and I think really the only issue I've ever had with Apex is not being able to pick my legend. So I just don't load in time to pick my legend. And so I think that's really the only downfall from like the server issues.
Yeah, I mean that happened to our buddy Hector tonight from the last podcast. He kept getting Gibraltar and was not a fan of Gibraltar, so he had to keep playing
and
as
speak
him and super upset.
and speaking of Gibraltar, I'm kind of upset with the new patch where they increase the size of the hitboxes on like characters like Gibraltar, or like the bigger the character is, the bigger the hitbox, but yet you don't get any more health. And so it kind of destroys picking those characters. So people don't want Gibraltar, people don't want Caustic because they're a way better hit or a way bigger hitbox than like what Wraith would be or
Right.
Lifeline.
I heard something the other day where people were like, you should have a bigger backpack space to start with, or you can carry certain items without taking up backpack space or something like
Right, if
that.
you're getting railed, there should be a trade-off.
Because you are a giant moving target, and people can see you from miles away, and they're like, "Oh, look at that Gibraltar running over there," you know.
Right, and Gibraltar's useful, but he's not now in this new meta because, being able to be seen and hit and nailed from, a mile away without him being able to defend himself or have more health or anything like
Yeah,
that, it just makes him a pointless character to pick because of that situation.
I feel like they tried to make his ult very powerful in order to even him out a little bit, but at the same
Oh,
time, you don't get it enough to where it's going to be that useful and that helpful. Plus, it hurts him too if he's in it, and it's just not the best
right,
option.
right. When you like committed suicide at our last champion
It won us the game
win,
though.
like we were sitting there in the middle, and obviously dropped that bomb. It killed the two guys, and I was able to finish off that last one. And so
Yep.
he is useful. It just sucks because he can get hit harder.
Right. He's easier to hit. Can't hide from
Yeah.
things. I mean, he has a shield, but everybody knows just like a bubble shield, you can get in and out of that thing, and grenades are a mess. So
Oh yeah, you can launch a grenade in there, just run right back out.
yeah, I do that lots of times.
Yep. So, what is your favorite play as Octane, or what is your favorite thing about Octane, or what is your just love and like what you think of whenever you see Octane?
I his ability to move faster is really nice. Like if you're playing with random people, because if they decide to take off, you can catch up to them, and it's not really an issue. But I think the jump pad is just sweet. Like you can do all kinds of crazy stuff, get on top of stuff, make really cool plays, and the jump pad has to be the best part for me.
Right. I like the jump pad because it's like a stealthier Pathfinder. So
Yeah.
people don't see you climbing up to that top part because you know what I mean. They'd
Mhm.
have to look for the jump pad in order to see where you went.
The fact that you can put out as many jump pads as you want, as long as you have ult accelerants, is just insane.
Yep, yep. But with the whole jump pad, I mean, I've slammed myself into a wall a few times.
Yeah, if you don't set it right, I've had people completely miss it and fall down, and it's hilarious. It's so
Because
great.
I'm like, all right, I think if I can throw the jump pad there, I'll make it there, and I land on it, boom, right into the wall.
A lot of miscalculations are happening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the one thing I hate about the jump pad, or not the jump pad, but just Octane, is that if you pissed off the guy that's playing Octane, you'll never get an item ever again.
He's just
Because he will
faster.
speed boost right into it all and take all your stuff.
Yep.
I know this from experience. Hint, nudge.
Well, when you take an item that doesn't belong to you.
When you take someone's item before they're able to get it, even if they've opened up the box, you just quade them. And um, where
Named
that
after a
comes
buddy
from,
of ours.
yeah, it's named after a buddy of ours who tends to do that all the time in Fortnite and PUBG and everything that we play. He always like, oh, I want to go to the exact same building you're going to, in the exact same room, on the exact same loot. So you've just been quayed. Okay, so what is the one thing you just hate about Octane?
Hate? I don't know if I hate anything about him. He's actually a pretty good character. He's definitely on the upper half of the characters, I think.
Okay, let me
Above
rephrase that. If there's something you could switch on Octane, what would it be?
something like a switch. I don't know. I think he's pretty balanced, and he's overall. I mean, is there anything you think you would switch on him?
No, I was just curious. I mean, I like him a whole lot. I think he does great. And man, so I don't know how many people play Overwatch, but he reminds me so much of Junkrat because of just like
Yes,
the stupid things he does. Like
he is
when,
Junkrat.
yeah, absolutely is. When he speed boosts and doesn't have a weapon in with him and he's holding up his hand like it's a gun, I laugh so hard every single time because
Yeah,
without a gun just so I can watch him.
right. He's a character. He's got a great character to him. Like he has qualities and he has
Oh,
personality.
I think he has the biggest personality and the biggest traits and the biggest just like who he is out of any of the other legends.
Like I think they did a good job with giving everybody personalities, and I'm sure their backgrounds are all cool. Like I was just reading Octanes earlier, and I think they did a good job with that. Just like Overwatch, they do good backstories and who they are and what they're doing and why they are the way they are.
Yeah, I've followed up like on everyone else's, but I have yet. I should have done that before this about Octanes.
Yeah.
The one thing that annoys me so much is that Octane is Mexican because he's Speedy Gonzalez. So that's definitely like that's racist right there. Like
I didn't
I
even
feel like
know.
they
I didn't think about
stereotyped
that.
him so hard. Is that like he plays to every Mexican stereotype, and I'm like, man, I hate that I love Apex so much. I'm just gonna let it slide. But man, I got so annoyed when I found out he's Mexican because I was like, of all people, you could have made any of those other characters Mexican, but no, you had to made the junkie hyped up, you know, junker. Uh, you had to make him Mexican. And I was like, dang, that was. I felt that.
I mean, there's a few stereotypes in there. Yeah, you got the Gibraltar, who's kind of the fat Hawaiian guy.
Yep, yep.
But like that, I mean,
And
uh,
Lifeline, like she's. I think they over exaggerate her Jamaican accent too.
yeah, I mean
Like it was
Mozambique,
a little
yeah,
over.
but I don't know, they have great personalities. I think
Oh yeah, and I love
they
all the voice actors. I think they did a really great job with picking out who the voice actors were.
right, and they all have good lines. Like one liners out of nowhere that you can hear throughout the game. Just great. Like even like extremely Pathfinder, like.
I love that's why I love playing with Pathfinder because the stuff he says, it's like it never gets old.
Yeah, Pathfinder has the best one-liners ever. Fantastic. Even though nobody wants to hear it, I love it.
His constant smiling face. No
Yep.
matter what, he's always positive. We need more of that in our life. We need more Pathfinder.
We all need a little Pathfinder in our life.
So Respawn, I think, is a great company, and I think they had two flops, and I think it was just because EA was in control of it. So EA released Titanfall around other EA games, and so I think they were like trying to hope for them to fail. I don't know why, but when they released Apex, EA is still the publisher of it all. But I think Apex, truly designed everything, truly made everything from heart, and I think EA is who EA is, and I think they're microtransactioning everything with this game, especially not including Octane into the Battle Pass. Having really crappy things come out of the Battle Pass, like unless you're Forest and you get the rarest item in the game, but everyone else, like I just think that I hope EA kind of loosens up because Apex has made a ton of money for them already, and I'm hoping that it just they loosen up and be like, okay, we've made quite a bit of money. Let's kind of let Respawn take the reins back over.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, but I also think the fact that it's a free game overall. You just download it, go play it, you're good to go. You don't have to spend any money because you can unlock all the characters through playing, which is kind of nice.
And it's not that hard either.
Right? No, it's easy. You just level up and you get a certain amount of tokens, and when you have like 12,000, you get to unlock a new character, and it really doesn't take that long. So as long as you like playing the game, you're gonna unlock characters and items anyways, which is nice.
And the one thing I have a problem with is what after level 20, it goes every other level. And I think
Yeah,
that's kind of crappy. Is that like I just think that's another EA grab where if you want you
yeah.
know loot boxes, you got to pay for them.
I think after 50, it goes to like every 5 levels or something too.
Oh
So
wow, yeah, I'm nowhere near that level.
yeah. So
Do you?
that
So you're maxed out. Do you still get?
I haven't. I've only leveled up 2 or 3 times after the maxed out 100 level or whatever, and I haven't seen anything yet. But I suspect it's every 5 still. But I'd have to play some more and
Probably
find
over
out.
10.
I would be upset if it was every 10. That's crazy. But if they kept it on every 5, okay, like that's fair. You're giving us free stuff here and there. The amount of Overwatch and
Oh
PUBG
my god, I don't
duplicates
even
that
want
I've
to talk
gotten
about
is
duplicates in
not even
PUBG.
funny. It's crazy.
Plug, you know how many black tank tops I own in PUBG?
Pink polos. I have like 30 pink polos. My buddy Ryan out there, he knows, he understands.
That one night, we didn't even start playing yet, and he opened up a loot crate. It was a
Yeah,
pink polo. He's like, "I'm done. I'm out," and quit.
yeah. Logged off because he got a pink polo. He was done. That's it. I was like,
I forgot.
all right, I guess I'm not playing with Ryan tonight.
Oh, that was great. I forgot about that till just now.
So funny. But I think
Just total race.
I think the ability to like for them to make money off of people buying stuff, because if the people want skins and stuff, they can buy it and they can get all that stuff. But you don't have to as a player, which is nice. So if you're just here to play the game, it's free, doesn't cost you a cent, and
Right.
you can buy the battle pass. It's like $10, and then just play and unlock things as you go.
Yeah.
$10 is a cheap game, my friends.
Well, like think about it. They probably do 6 seasons in a year, probably every 2 months or something like that.
I think
So
it's every 3, so it should
it's
be
like
4 seasons a year.
yeah, so $40. So it's like you're putting your game on layaway and then buying it on Black Friday when it drops to 40.
Yeah, $40 is, and then you also, if you play enough, you unlock more tokens through the levels, and if you play all the way through 100 of them, which is a lot of playing, probably not going to happen, but you get all your money back that you spent on it,
Yep.
which that's pretty awesome too if you play the game enough.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah, you
not
gotta.
me, but even though I play a lot, I don't think I can get to that level.
Yeah, it's nuts. I think on the Battle Pass, I'm level 28 right now.
That's because you bought what, 25 of them. I think I'm like 18.
Yeah, I can't. What level were you last time we played? I feel like you leveled up a ton between the last time we played.
It's tough to say. I'd have to look at it, but I've been working on it because I feel like I like the game enough, and if I play enough, I get it for free. So this just all those
Right.
wasted hours.
It's kind of like the Overwatch, because like this season, I haven't even started the season, so I don't really care to play it. I haven't really like done anything. But man, when I do start the season, I play the season. I'm like, and I
Right.
sit there and I grind and grind and grind, and I really haven't done it with Apex just because I've been a little bit busy. But I
Mm.
mean, Apex is definitely the game that you can grind, and because when you drop on Apex, it's almost truly a different map every single time you land.
Well, no matter what, your team's gonna be different unless you just play with the same people over and over again, and they pick the
Which
same
we change it
characters.
up too. We
Right.
don't we don't normally just pick the same character over and over.
So as long as you keep changing characters and you can play as multiple people, like it's a different game. It's a different way to play. It's a different way to see how the outcome goes. You can play it safe. You can play it heat. You can just send it, but it's
Send
it's
that,
it's
brah.
got lots of possibilities and a lot of avenues.
Oh yeah, and like you're not complacent when you play because if you're amazing with Bloodhound, you sit there and you play on Bloodhound. Like man, I'm getting really bored of this game. Switch up to Mirage, switch up to
Right.
Pathfinder, switch up to anyone else, and it's like you're playing a whole new game because all of your abilities are different. And so that's what the great part is that you have 9 different legends right now that you can, I mean, it's a different game for every legend that you
Right.
pick.
I also want to hit on how balanced the guns are in this game.
Oh,
You can pick
absolutely.
up almost any gun and have a chance. You can.
Unless it's a Mozambique.
Okay, Mozambique is an exception. Even this P2020 pistol, I can knock people down with easy. But
Especially when you're holding it as Gibraltar.
yeah, Gibraltar is king of the pistol. Okay, but it's crazy because like other games, you're like, okay, I need to get myself an AR and a sniper rifle, and I can win the game. But in this game, you're like, okay, maybe I want a wingman and a shotgun, and I can still win the game because I can play in all the areas with those two guns and still make it out alive.
I mean, we won that one with energy gun, and we came in pretty close with the energy guns.
Right.
And so, you know what I mean? Like, you can change it up. Be like, this round, I just want all light ammo. Or this
Mm-hmm.
round I want light and heavy, or this round I want heavy and energy, or this round I want shotgun and light. Like you can, and that's the awesome part is that you can pick your strategy,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a chance no matter what strategy you want. So like if you do shoddy snipes, you're like, man, I know I have to get up on these guys,
Right.
but I can still win because I chose the shotgun. It's not like PUBG where your shotgun is just trash, or or you pick a 9 mil and it's just not going to do anything.
Right.
And that's what the awesome is. If you know how to use the weapon, you can win with anything.
Yeah, and like that's just not anywhere else in any other game. Like you have to get good guns in the games to make things happen. What's cool about Apex is the attachments. There's different attachments all throughout the map. There's also hop ups, which you can put on your gun and completely change the weapon. You can change the rate of fire, or your gun doesn't have to charge before it fires, like on energy weapons. And that's just it's giving you almost a different gun at that point.
Yeah, all those hop ups are extremely amazing because it literally changes the gun that you're using. And so being able to take that on and just kind of that you can change your game style yet again.
Right.
And so like that's what I love about this game is that there's so many different types of gameplay that you can choose out of it.
Yep. It's just so multifaceted. I want to go play it again some more. But we got to try out that new Battlefield 5
Yeah, we're
VR.
doing it for you
So
guys. We are sacrificing
we sacrifice our time for you guys. You should know that. So what's your least favorite character on Apex?
Man, it's got to be Caustic. And
Mm,
the reason why it's got to be Caustic is because I was so excited. I was looking forward to it. I was like, man, Caustic is just so awesome. I grab him up. I'm sitting here laying traps in like the first like 3 rounds that we're playing him, and I'm getting all excited. I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing great. And then come to find out, you guys kept yelling at me. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm being yelled at. And then come to find out that Caustic's gas damages, not health damage, but destroys pretty much anything and everything that your teammates are doing.
right.
And so I'm like sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm like really helping out the team. I am key right now. I'm carrying everyone on
I am
my
such
back,
a team player.
right? Instead, I'm handicapping everyone by just throwing gas everywhere. But and that's why like it turned me because I was like, man, I'm doing a Bloodhound. Caustic is my new jam. Like Caustic is amazing. Like there's nothing wrong with Caustic. Like I think he just does everything great. And then come to find out, my teammates hate me and like just don't want to play with me anymore because I'm like manning Caustic. And that's when I truly found out because no one else had played Caustic. And so that's when I found out that like Caustic is more of a hindrance than he is of a help. Because
Right.
unless those gas traps are miles away from where you're at, which again doesn't even help you to begin with. Like it's and I was really disappointed with it. I think that they need to rebalance those gas traps with Caustic
Yeah.
because it really, I mean, you can't use it unless you're like a solo.
Right. So like if you're playing on your own, there's certain characters that would work solo. There's Wraith who would be good solo, Bloodhound, and I think Caustic would be good solo also. But he's just not great for teams. Like because as soon as you get into the gas, like your teammates slow down and they get messed up, and it's hard for them to fight people.
Right? It's not like Bangalore where she can
Right.
just
It's just
drop her
smoke.
smoke and help everyone else get out because you
Mm-hmm.
all are talking on comms.
Right.
Caustic, you drop your smoke and you get out and you turn around and they're all
Yeah.
still
See you
there.
guys. Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, we'll come back for you.
We'll come back for you. But then Caustic
Yeah.
never came back for us.
He came back and threw more gas down the rail.
Yeah, he just want to get those damage points from that gas. He threw his ult on us.
Yeah, made it all worse.
Thanks, Caustic. But I think he's my least favorite character too. He's just so he's bad.
Absolutely.
Because he's as slow as an animation as Gibraltar. Even though they're not slower, you feel like you're going slower. But
Especially next to Bloodhound and Octane.
yeah, I mean, just Octane is just insane.
I just want to point out my boy Bloodhound is still faster than Octane when it comes to the marathon run. And so Octane is a little bit faster than Bloodhound in his ult, but then Bloodhound's ult lasts so long that he can still get from point A to point B a lot faster as long as it's like
Mm.
across the way. And so that's why I'm like, yeah, like Bloodhound is still relevant.
Hey, I mean, I think Bloodhound's still pretty OP. I mean, even with Octane, they're
Oh yeah.
both good movement characters though for sure.
And also, if you guys have been loving our intro and our outro music, it's definitely by one of our really good friends, Josh. He's in a band called Unavailable, and they have an album out right now, and they also have a single. And I heard from a little birdie that they got some more music coming in here soon. So go check them out. We'll put the link in the description of our podcast, and it's really amazing because they're available on Spotify, Apple Music. You can purchase their album. It's also on YouTube as well. So there's plenty of opportunities and places to see them and listen to them. And so definitely give them a listen. They're a small and upcoming band, and I think they have some really great music.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us and listening to our opinions on Apex Legends.
Tune in next week, and we'll spoil something new.